With the underage kids? Always is. And I want to do, shake them up and try to
They were like Disney World or something. It is funny. Yeah.
That's why you need to know the meaning.
I'm sure there's a lot you can do though, right?
And the road base is the beginning of construction.
Yeah.
You can see the one side of the line. But then after that, and then you got your final, that's the base of under, and then you have the surface level, which is that smaller stuff, which is 2 inches. And the smaller stuff is cracks. Which you acquire the
So, Denise just gave me that. She said, mostly.
I got a lot there on this ward, and the one from the previous ward, were in September, so the cases that are
Right. So the one thing I know is that they can get results in the get them by. We get utilized.
They just gave us
Because the questions asked.
This is
Yeah. So when you guys spoke the other last meeting, I suggested to you
Grab things.
the request of schedule.
Small amounts.
Yeah, and she was just compared to you. I should better.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I got you. So that's, and you know how that is.
I just. Litigation.
Yes.
Because I know litigation. It's in that game.
If there's questions, then we'll move on. Not all the
It
problems.
doesn't sound like that.
Or
We talked about this in the finance committee, 5,000.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell. But that's beyond my pay grade.
Yeah.
Sometimes people might too.
Well, I assume we can leave here.
evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Welcome to the Village of Canton Hills, September 19th, 2023. Roll call, please.
Trustee Bowe.
Here.
Trustee Burson.
Here.
Trustee McElvey.
Here.
Trustee Millette.
Present.
Trustee Morgan.
Here.
Trustee Muncy.
Here.
President Warnick.
Present. Jim, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, public comment.
Michael Dwyer.
I know you're all through it, so.
Turn the mic on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you. I'll stand. A couple things. I know that the litigation with Brian Larson was resolved. I wish the village had not agreed to pay anything, but that's a different issue. It is resolved. So, again, to Barb's point, I do congratulate, when appropriate, the board getting that done. I think it was important for the village. Unfortunately, paying out people that work for the village is not something that I think is appropriate, but that's your guys' call. That'll be decided by the public in the future. So, I have some comments I want to make, and then I have a couple of questions. I'm sure you won't answer them, but that's okay. I think it's important that you hear them. I put in a FOIA request last week. In fact, I think it was a week ago, Monday. Then lo and behold, a few days later, I got a phone call from Patsy Smith, the previous president of the village, and wanting to know why I requested what I did and what I planned on doing with it. Okay, so I found that very odd that the FOIA request did not go to Patsy. It went in through Denise and then over to Tracy. So I'll comment on that more in a minute. She also asked me about the Debbie Loopy situation and told me that she went through the personnel file and looked through it and aided Debbie on how to proceed against the village, which I thought was fascinating because I specifically asked, I think, well, my secretary, a number of people. I believe Tim, I talked to you, Janet, and I know Barb and Jim. I think I asked you. I didn't get a chance to ask or Nick over there if you guys had looked at the personnel file before you decided to make any action. And unfortunately, I know Tim, you said you didn't. Janet, you didn't. I believe in the form. You can correct me. And Barb, you said you got Patsy Smith, the previous president of the village. And to the best of my knowledge, I'm an employee of the village that went through the file. So, just fascinating. I was also informed by Patsy that, I shouldn't say by Patsy, I was being correcting against it. I was told, though, by another party, that Patsy was fairly frequently involved in contacting opposing counsel during the litigation with Brian Larson. Okay? I don't know why she would do that. I don't even know why or if opposing counsel entertained her contacting, but it's inappropriate. At best, it's inappropriate. You guys were in the middle of a litigation, and you've got a citizen of this village, a prior president of this village, contacting an opposing counsel. It's outrageous in my mind, but whatever, we'll see what the public thinks. I was asked, I brought this up last time, what team I was on. I told you very clearly on Team Village of Canton Hills. I think it would be appropriate to ask Ms. Smith these days what team she's on, because I'm not sure she's on the Village of Canton Hills team. So, question one. Is Patsy the new FOIA officer for the village? Since she contacted me, wanted to know why I was requesting FOIA information, what I wanted to do with it. So, if that's the case, if you guys could announce tonight that she's the new FOIA officer, that'd be very helpful for us to know. Second, since she went through a personnel file, okay, maybe she's the new village administrator. And if that's the case, if you could let us know that she's the new appointed village administrator at the council. Okay, and then last, since she contacted the posting legal during the litigation, is she the new village attorney? Because if that's the case, which I think the people in the village would like to know that. So, that's my only question. You guys can decide what you want to do with it, but not appropriate.
Thank you, Mike.
Nancy Smith?
Yes, good evening. I'd like to clear up a couple of things that was on. Which button? Thank you. Is it on now? Thank you. I would like to respond to Mr. O'Dwyer. First off, regarding Debbie Loopy, yes, when she was put on paid leave by the administrator, Debbie contacted me. And after she received what she was given from her personnel file, gave me that information, and I did read it. And I did contact Mr. O'Dwyer to say, okay, I get what you're doing. Debbie admitted, you know, what had happened, and I don't believe that's the issue. I've read her file, and you mentioned something about electioneering, and I said, that's not it. So, again,
I don't think anybody charged it.
yeah, anyway, so the issue is I got my information from Debbie Lukey. I'm a private citizen. She was not, with the Village of Campton Hills. She shared it. I made sure it was acceptable for me to share the information in that file with her, and that's what happened. And if you like, you're happy to
You can
come.
address the board on that.
No, but I'm saying if the public or anybody else has a question, they can certainly contact Ms. Lukey and find out if I have the authority to do that. As far as Mr. Newman, yep, I was at a function, a political function before the campaign, and I ran into Brian Larson, and I had heard about a lawsuit, had no clue what it was about, and I said, okay, what's going on? And he informed me about it, and yes, I talked to Jim Newman. Again, I'm a nobody. I'm a past village president. I'm not interfering with anything. I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know why it was going on, and I wanted the people running for office to understand what they would be getting into if they were elected. And that's pretty much the extent of my involvement. Thank you.
What about the FOIA call?
I told you I called you.
No, you didn't say who gave you the information to call. It was presented to.
Okay,
Okay, this is
moving
such a
on.
mess.
Yeah, we need to move on.
They were familiar with that.
Anything to remove from the consent agenda?
You didn't tell me it's coming.
Please remove the warrants.
Okay, trustee Burson motions to remove the warrants. Do I have let's just pull it, okay? Trustee Burson, go ahead.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's been pulled, you can,
Yeah.
go ahead and discuss it. Do you want to discuss it now?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm really only concerned about the Montana Welsh, invoice from May, which we touched on briefly last time. We've not had a chance to look into more detail, and no problem with the rest of the warrants.
okay, thank you. Any other issues to pull from the consent agenda, any items? Okay, motion to approve the consent agenda
As amended.
as amended. Well, actually, we have discussion on that.
You can have discussion on whether or not the board wants to pull anything from the warrants.
Mhm. All right, anybody have discussion on pulling the warrants once again? I will say that I did speak with Matt Welsh, and we were pretty much in agreement to move all this forward. We had everything straightened out. The amount of money that was in question as to why we pulled it the first time has been removed from this warrant list now. He took it off the list. So there's no reason really to hold it back.
Okay, I remove my objection.
Oh, perfect, thank you. Okay, motion to approve the consent agenda.
I so move.
All right, moved by trustee McKelvey,
I
second
second.
by trustee Morgan. Roll call.
Trustee McKelvey?
Aye.
Trustee Morgan?
Aye.
Trustee Waldner?
Aye.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Trustee Muncy?
Aye.
Motion passes. Great. Department reports. Police Department August report, Chief Levand.
The July and August reports, once I figured it out, have been going out to you guys, so each month you should get the actual copies of them. Calls for service, 186 calls, 3 arrests, 1 included a DUI, 1 was a felony possession of cannabis with intent to deliver 335 grams, which CODA assisted on. We have a new hire. He's pretty much completed the entire process. He'll be part-time. He's retired from Palatine. His name is Derek Bond. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, he will get on here and start helping us fill some of the part-time hours that we need desperately. 2 additional part-time officers have expressed interest and are in the early stages of the hiring process. Fall Fest was this past Saturday. The rain cleared out. It ended up being nice. They had a great turnout. We provided traffic control at LaFox and Fox Mill, patrolled the grounds of the fest. During it, it was pretty quiet. Reunited 3 lost children with parents, 1 minor incident at the end of the night. Thank you to the CERT and the CPA alumni, as always, for assisting with it. Drug Take Back, September 29th here at the Village Hall in front. That will be with Representative Ugasti's office from 9 to 11. We have a receptacle out there that's available to residents, all business hours, no cost. But we do these a couple times a year. National Coffee with a Cop Day is coming up October 4th. I'm putting something together. Once I get that finalized, I will put it out. And finally, probably the most important thing for the police department, the new Safety Act and Pretrial Fairness Act, as many of you know as no bond, actually went into effect at 12:01 on the 18th. It's a little bit of chaos, to be honest with you. No one knows what to expect of it. That includes the state's attorneys and the courts. Law enforcement, we have our concerns on it, but there's nothing we can do. We're just gonna go forward and see how it plays out. And that's all I got.
Okay, any questions for Chief? All right, moving along, Treasurer's August report, Timothy.
Okay, hopefully everyone has already seen and reviewed the 4-month year-to-date results. I'll give you a quick synopsis of it. Looking at that very first page, second column from the right, if you look under percent of budget spent, thus far we've received 44% of the revenue we budgeted, so that's good. We're only 33% into the budgeted year, so we're ahead of schedule on our revenue. Going further down, our total expenditures for the general fund is at 25%. That is a little misleading because if you look at the line above, that's the general transfers out. We budgeted an expense of $650,000. We have not recorded any of that yet. We typically do that at the end of the year. However, had I recorded just a third of that, we'd still only be at 31% of the expenditures, under 33%. So our top line is good and our bottom line is good when it comes to the general revenue. The general fund. I'm not going to go through all the detail unless anyone has any questions. If you flip to the very last page, just for the public record, I will state that our cash balances on our 2 financial institutions with our 5 separate accounts is $5.8 million.
All right, any questions for our treasurer? Seeing none, thank you, Timothy. Now we have Building and Zoning August report.
Yes, again, in August, we had 89 permits applied for and 67 were issued. Again, roofing there were a lot of roofing permits. We did have 11 new single-family homes applied for this in August. So we continue to be busy in the building department.
All right, thank you, Denise. Any questions for Denise on building and zoning? Okay. Moving on to action items, motion to approve resolution R-23-21, a resolution authorizing the letter of credit reduction for Norton Lake Subdivision Unit 2 in the amount of $218,363.20. Entertain a motion.
So move.
Moved by trustee Millette, second.
I'll second.
Second by trustee Morgan. Any comments or questions? Okay, roll call please.
Trustee Millet.
Aye.
Trustee Morgan.
Aye.
Trustee Bodnar.
Aye.
Trustee Burson.
Aye.
Trustee McKelvey.
Aye.
Trustee Munson.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Going on to B, motion to approve resolution R-23-22A, a resolution authorizing grant submittals for participation in the Surface Transportation Program through the Kane-Kendall Council of Mayors, KKCOM, for an amount not to exceed $30,000.
So moved, Muncy.
Moved by trustee Muncy,
I'll
second.
second.
Trustee Morgan, any questions or comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Muncy.
Aye.
Trustee Morgan.
Aye.
Trustee Bodnar.
Aye.
Trustee Burson.
Aye.
Trustee McKelvey.
Aye.
Trustee Millet.
Aye.
Good, motion passes. Moving on to C, motion to approve resolution R-23-23, a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Village of Campton Hills, Kane County, Illinois, authorizing an agreement with Corrective Asphalt Materials, LLC, for road improvements using Reclamite for the total cost not to exceed $103,000.
So moved, Muncy.
So, moved by trustee Muncy, second by
Second.
trustee Burson. Questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, roll call.
Trustee Muncy.
Aye.
Trustee Burson.
Aye.
Trustee Bodnar.
Aye.
Trustee McKelvey.
Aye.
Trustee Millet.
Aye.
Trustee Morgan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Going on to D, motion to approve resolution R-23-24, a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Village of Campton Hills, Kane County, Illinois, and Roadbotics, Inc., for an amount of $11,040.
So moved, Muncy.
Moved by trustee
Second.
Muncy, second by trustee McKelvey. Roll call.
Discussion, possible?
Oh, I'm sorry, discussion. Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Muncy.
Aye.
Trustee McKelvey.
Aye.
Trustee Bodnar.
Aye.
Trustee Burson.
Aye.
Trustee Millet.
Aye.
Trustee Morgan.
Aye.
Good, motion passes. E, motion to approve resolution R-23-25, a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Village of Campton Hills, Kane County, Illinois, and H.R. Green to provide a multi-year maintenance plan encompassing 25 miles of roadway for an amount not to exceed $19,125.
So moved, Muncy.
Moved by trustee Muncy.
I'll second.
Second by trustee Morgan. Discussion or questions? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Muncy.
Aye.
Trustee Morgan.
Aye.
Trustee Bodnar.
Aye.
Trustee Burson.
Aye.
Trustee McKelvey.
Aye.
Trustee Millet.
Aye.
And motion passes. And F, motion to approve and consent to the village president's appointment of Daniel Hatt as deputy liquor commissioner. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll start the motion.
Okay, trustee Morgan.
Second.
Second.
Trustee Burson, baby.
Okay, trustee Burson, any discussion or questions? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Morgan.
Aye.
Trustee Burson.
Aye.
Trustee Bodnar.
Aye.
Trustee McKelvey.
Aye.
Trustee Millet.
Aye.
Trustee Muncy.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Moving along to 7A, 2023 MFT program change order. I think Denise will take that.
Yes, we received a first change order for the road program, which gives us a small, a reduction of $147,822.95. It's basically just changes to the quantities of various materials they used in the road program and, some of the landscaping, but we also have one more change order to come dealing with landscaping and the striping, which would also be another reduction.
All right, thank you, Denise. Any discussion or questions? Okay, moving right along. Additional information items? No, hearing none, seeing none, okay. Motion to move into closed session for the following reasons. Let's see. Go into closed session as permitted by the Open Meetings Act to discuss one or more of the following matters: appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees or contractors, litigation that is filed and pending or is probable or imminent, discussion of closed session minutes, another matter specifically permitted as an exception under the Open Meetings Act, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives. That's it, yeah.
So moved.
Okay, moved by trustee Burson, second.
I'll second.
Second by trustee Morgan, roll call.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Morgan?
Aye.
Trustee Vogner?
Aye.
Trustee McKelvey?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Trustee Muncy?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We'll be moving into closed session.